Oh, that. Well, okay, gonna have to start that again. Every now and then there's some weird stuff that goes down when you already have a stream up and you try to start it. I'm not sure why. I don't think I was having this problem before my recent shenanigans with RetroArch and playing Guardian Heroes. There we go. Okay. Good. I was concerned for a second. Okay. So yeah, one of my all-time favorite games, and you know, I've put way too much time into this in my lifetime for sure. And recently, several months back, my brother told me about this randomizer, which I didn't know existed, and that has just put a whole bunch more life in. Oh, hey buddy, welcome back. Good to see ya. Just about to get crazy with this randomizer, and we'll see how lucky I get, because there is no telling where stuff is going to be. Always a good decision. How's your evening going?
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world.
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to
Actual
pay
bananas?
me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's
Or-
souls and make them your slaves.
Metaphorical bananas.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
Gotcha.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets.
Well, hopefully this dialogue
Enough
will make
talk.
everyone feel
How
better.
about you?
Not doing anything fancy here. Really don't care. Just want to get to the crazy part and see if we strike out or if things get just too wacky. I've had a few runs like this. I think he knows us all, right? Drax got our number. I've had a few of these runs where it was going really great, get all kinds of super powerful items, think I'm going to be done really quickly, and then there's that one relic. And I wind up having to explore more of the castle than you would in a normal run to find it. And what did I... Oh no! There's some weird controller lag right there. What did I start with? Oh, a chakram and a dark shield. That's kind of fun. Haha, eat it, wolf. So, of course, I mean, it doesn't really matter too much what I start with, because old Uncle Death is about to show up and steal it all from me, like the punk he is. Professional troll, that guy. I am not. I'll save that for when I actually have a webcam. I'll bust the costumes out later. I need to make a Richter costume too at some point. Maybe a Castlevania Netflix inspired Trevor as well. That'd be pretty great. I dig his look in that show, though it does look a lot more like Simon in Castlevania 2 in my opinion. Oh my god, it would be so funny to make a Kirby outfit. I might have to actually do that. Might have to figure out a way to make a good a good Kirby costume and then play some Kirby games. I am a big fan of that series, as you know. I don't think I want to make it out of marshmallows. That might be a little... I don't want to get in a sticky situation, you know?
I've come to put an end to this.
Still befriending mortals. I'll not ask you to return to our side, but I demand you cease your attack.
I will not.
You shall regret those words. We will meet again.
Oh, I've already got plenty of those friends. I don't need more ants in here. Because that is how you get ants, you're not wrong. Oh, starting out strong with a wizard hat. You go, Alucard. Probably should have farmed a few more mermen at the beginning, but that's fine. Of course, I say that now. Watch me not get any weapons. That does happen. Ooh, God Garb. That is like the second or third best armor in the game, depending. You're gonna be picking that bad boy up fairly early. There was that controller lag again. That's really odd. It just started auto running there for a second. I almost did it at the beginning and ran smack into that wolf. Well, actually, his name is actually Adrian Fahrenheit Tepish. He calls himself Alucard because he considers himself to be the opposite of his father. Oh my god, I got the gravity boots right off the bat. Well, that just opened up a whole lot of the castle immediately. This is going to be an interesting run, I think. Oh, I got boned. Garnet. Well, there's some money. That's actually a pretty decent amount of money. That might be really useful because the shop is also totally randomized, including item values. So you can maybe buy some of the most powerful stuff in the game if you get lucky with the shop thing. I am afraid too that the Yu-Gi-Oh references are going to go way over my head. I've never read or watched any of Yu-Gi-Oh. I do know that he has completely outrageous hair. Oh wait, you know what? I don't have to do this the hard way. But for those of you who've never played this game or don't know, there is a cool thing you can do right here. You can get that guy to collapse on this switch. And then when he pops up, if you oh, I didn't. That axe. I'm gonna kill this axe guy. He's a pain in my butt. But you can jump up there if you time it right and get to this little location a little bit early, which is kind of cool. The neat thing, though, is I have the boots here, so I can just bypass that. Unfortunately, all it was is a life apple, which pretty worthless to me. That's an item for the fairy familiar and the pixie familiar, which I don't have yet, and even if I did, not an item that I would care about. Alas. Ooh, an onyx. Well, there's a whole bunch more money. The spirit orb. Alright, so that just shows us the damage they were doing. Fun relic, but basically useless. Neutron bomb. That's a blow up everything on the screen. That's always fun. Oops. Ah, shucks. Ran out of hearts. Well, can't get any hearts. Can't get any drops from candles until I find the Cube of Zoe. And there's no telling where that is. Oh yeah, man, sure. I understand totally. Get your homework and bananas done. I've been messing with my SotN emulator, trying to figure out and fix a couple of little issues I'm having. And I went down the rabbit hole pretty deep, and it turns out that there's just some known issues with it, and Twitch streaming in particular. So fortunately I have worked out a workaround, which I was using the other night when I was streaming Guardian Heroes, and that's going to work just fine. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to get it to work flawlessly with Twitch the way that I would like, sadly. But again, it's not a big deal. It was working just fine. I just have to not use full screen mode and then use my GeForce Experience instead of Twitch itself to record it for later, which is, you know, slightly less than ideal, but again, it does work. So, no biggie. I'm just glad I'm able to play my SotN games again. And the fact that I can just pop them into my computer disk drive and load them up is really amazing. That sure made my life a lot easier. Alright. Our boys Slugger and Gaibon. What are y'all up to? Say hello to my little friend. Ooh. Ah! Forgot those actually hurt quite a bit. I don't have a shield or anything yet. Gosh darn it. Would you stop it? There we go. That's better. Gaibon can be a pain sometimes. Alright. Alucard actually can punch quickly enough to break all those fireballs, but sometimes it's better to just take it in the face and then blow them up. What can I say? I am hoping that this run gets really crazy. The last time I did a stream of this, it was a really, really odd run. I didn't get any weapons for quite a while, and pretty much everywhere I went, I kept finding consumable items. It got to the point where it was cracking me up because it was so ridiculous. I also kept running into numerous relic locations where there'd be relics in the normal game, and there was just nothing there. I kept striking out over and over again. It's like, really? Another empty room? Gosh darn it. So I'm hoping that this time it's not going to be that crazy. It's, you know, going to be a little bit more interesting than a whole lot of nothing, I hope. We'll see. That did turn out to be a pretty crazy run, though. I got some really overpowered stuff pretty early on. And then I was like, yeah, wow, this is going to be a quick run, I think. Nope. Sure wasn't. I wound up having to explore almost the entirety of both castles. Almost. I had like I think 3 rooms left to explore, and then I found the last thing that I needed. But yeah, in the meantime, it's going to be a whole lot of Alucard punching guys in the dick. Pretty soon here, I'm going to be streaming Castlevania 1 and Castlevania... Actually, I'm going to go ahead and... I've already done a stream of Castlevania 2, but due to my own human error, I lost all the footage. So I'm just going to go ahead and play through 1, 2, and 3. Probably not, you know, in one evening. Though, really, I probably could, because 1 is very fast. 2, now that I have played it recently, I remember where I'm supposed to go, because there are a couple places where I kind of derped around for a second and wasted some time. It had been a while since I'd played it. And, so I can get through it pretty darn fast at this point. And then Castlevania 3 is a game that I used to be able to completely ace and had like the entire game memorized, like not exaggerating. I remembered every single breakable, even I could name like what was in a candle. Like, oh yeah, on so-and-so's path, level blah blah blah, that candle has, you know, a point bag, and this one has a small heart, you know. I'm not quite up to that anymore. It's been a bit, but I still know that game really well, and I'll be able to get through it pretty darn quickly. So I could probably do all 3 in one night fast. I might just do that, depending on how it goes. Skeleton's annoying me. Hoping that coming down here is going to be worth my time. Always kind of a crapshoot with the randomizer. In the normal playthrough, these little dolls, marionettes, they drop a circlet, which is a headgear that greatly increases your intellect. If you get it at this point in the game, normal playthroughs oftentimes for fun, I will come and farm the marionettes here. No, this is where the spirit orb is in a normal playthrough, and once more we have a location where relic in normal playthrough, absolutely nothing in this one. That's okay. Enemy drops are randomized as well, so there's no telling what any of these enemies drop in this playthrough. Oh, don't want to get hit. Okay. So that doesn't actually hurt too bad on the way back. I thought he was going to do the same amount of damage both ways. I am very squishy right now. I'm very little armor, and I haven't leveled up much. So I do need to be careful, more careful than I normally would be. And honestly, I'm not even sure if I want to come over here because it's going to get dangerous in a second. I should have got the holy water or something. That's okay. Nah, screw it. We'll be fine, he says, knowing that he's probably not going to be fine. We'll see if I survive what's about to happen. There's a pretty powerful enemy down here, and were I a little bit more leveled up, it wouldn't be an issue. Or if I had, you know, I don't know, a weapon or access to easy access to other sub-weapons, but I'm sure it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, where is he? Be really careful about this guy. He does lots of damage. Oof. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's not good. No! Yee-hee. Oh no! Yep, there it was. So I'm not going to go down there this time. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to backtrack, and I'm going to grab the stopwatch. I think that would behoove me, because then I can get into more places in the clock room. Yeah, I think that's probably the smart... Oh, actually, no, there's not a sub-weapon up there, is there? That's in the inverted castle. Ah, shucky darns. Alright. Darn Ouija tables. Okay. So I'm going back up here real quick. I did open up a little bit of a shortcut. Not a huge one, but a little bit. Which is going to make it easier for me to get back to that sub-weapon room. The only thing I didn't turn on the randomizer is a silly thing called turkey mode. And there's a few of these rooms. You saw earlier in the stream, I got into this room where there were a bunch of... all the sub-weapons were there in little like laboratory vials. Specimen containers. Well, in turkey mode, they replace all of that with turkeys that I don't think actually do anything. I don't think they heal you or anything. I'm not sure what's up with that. I guess it's just... ah, shoot. I don't have double jump yet, which makes using the boots kind of awkward. I can jump high, but I can't repeatedly jump, unfortunately. So hopefully I get the leap stone fairly early. Or bat. I mean, if I get it from a bat, then I don't really need it, but... it is nice having the leap stone, because then you can also... not only can you repeatedly do the boot leap, but you can do jump kicks and other stuff more easily. You can bounce on enemies' heads repeatedly, which is always fun. You go full on Mario. We'll see. See what fate has in store for us. So yeah, over here, this leads to that path where... oh yeah, I forgot you can... I really wish you could jump through this elevator, but you can't. You have to ride it down. You gotta do it the old-fashioned way. So yeah, once you come through here, you know, there's a wall here, but then I went and I blew it up with a cannon from the other side, so now I can get through here, back to this chamber where I got got my sub-weapon, and I need this stopwatch. Stopwatch has always been one of those weird sub-weapons in Castlevania, where, generally speaking, it's kind of awful. Not a huge fan, whoops, in general. It's really good in Castlevania 1, because you can use it on, well, it's good for a couple places. You can use it on the first boss, the giant bat, and it actually does freeze him, which is funny. Most bosses, of course, it has no effect on. And then in the last level at the very beginning, you run across a bridge, and there's a whole bunch of those bats. Like, they're just a normal enemy there. So it's really useful to be able to use the stopwatch and then just run. Because they can be annoying. They can get out of control and start crowding in on you. They move pretty quickly. And they, you know, they'll hit you, do a lot of damage, and even knock you off the bridge and kill you instantly. So that's not great. So yeah, it's good for that, but generally speaking, it's pretty bad. It was also the only sub-weapon in Castlevania 1 and 3, the more traditional ones, that took more than one heart. All the other sub-weapons in the old games took only one heart. I'm trying to remember if in Castlevania 2 some of the sub-weapons take more than one. I think maybe one or two of them does, but I can't recall off the top of my head. I really don't use many sub-weapons in that game very often, compared to most Castlevanias, so... Whoops. So it's kind of hard for me to remember. In this game, it's really not great. I hardly ever use the stopwatch. Kind of hate it. But it does open a secret, so we want it for that reason. That's the only reason. Ah, yes, Fleamen, everyone's favorite Castlevania enemy. They are definitely a lot more manageable in this than they are in most Castlevanias. But, you know, that's really not saying a lot. Oh my god, do I not have enough? Oh, I don't have enough hearts to... No, I do. What the heck? What is going on here? Maybe I don't. I thought that the stopwatch only took 5, but I guess maybe I was thinking of the traditional one. Maybe it takes 20? See, I can't even remember. I play this game so darn much. And I hate the stopwatch so much I can't even remember how much it costs to use. That's kind of funny. These guys, too, for a normal enemy, hit really hard. I really don't want to get smacked by those boomerangs. In fact, I probably shouldn't be here at all. This is one of the areas here, Ulrox's chamber, that you go to fairly late. And I'm very, very weak right now, but you know what? Ooh, silver crown. I think that's pretty darn good, actually. Oh. It's gonna raise my int quite a bit. And it's gonna lower everything else. I do want to use that, not quite yet though, and the reason for that is because it's gonna take my defense down to basically nothing, and the enemy right outside of here hits very hard, and I don't want him to like 1 or 2 shot me. Woo! Okay. Yeah. Those swords make me a little bit uncomfortable. All those flying blades, you know, sharp and pointy. Alright, well there's a save point right here. Thank goodness, because like a dummy, I didn't save before I came up into this area, and that could have been really bad for me. Alright, time for adventure. Let's see what we got. Oops. Oh, I don't have enough mana yet. Whoops. Well. I swear. There we go. I still haven't adjusted to the emulator timing on some of my spells. Because again, for those of you that don't know, there's a bunch of spells you can cast in this game, and they're basically, you know, fighting game inputs, so... This one in particular, you have to hold up for a couple of seconds, like 1.52 seconds, something like that, and then roll circle down and hit the attack button. And it's just timing. I don't know if I'm just imagining it. I don't think that I am, but the timing feels a little bit different. There might be like some very slight lag, input lag or something. I'm not sure. Be very careful about these paranthropus. Ah! Oh, that was close. If he had landed on me with that attack, that would have really hurt. Yeah, like right now I have to rely very heavily on my little spirit spell casts because I have no range, very weak, no weapon. I like it when they just completely whiff my enemy. That's always nice. Thanks for that, little guy. Real helpful. Oh, that's interesting. That's actually where the blood cloak normally spawns. So the chances of me actually getting a piece of gear in its native location is actually pretty small. I'm very grateful, honestly, to have gotten the blood cloak, because since I don't have the Cube of Zoe, the relic that makes candles drop items, I can't get hearts normally. You know, normally you're just smacking candles and torches all darn day and getting hearts up to wazoo. Not so much in a randomizer run unless you get the Cube of Zoe early, and I did not. Of course, I got the moon boots, or whatever they're called. What are they called? Gravity boots. The gravity boots, which give me the crazy super jump. Which again is an amazing, freaking amazing item to get first in a run. I mean, that really opens up a whole heck of a lot of the castle for me. But yeah, it's also, it makes certain things like heart acquisition kind of odd. And also sub-weapons, right? If it weren't for that kind of science lab-esque chamber where I grabbed the stopwatch to try to get into that room, then, you know, I wouldn't have any sub-weapons at all. And all the hearts that I have are from killing enemies. Because they do have a chance of dropping hearts. It's just not exactly common. The blood cloak, I think if I take damage, it'll give me hearts. Let me see. Yeah. Ooh, that gave me a lot of hearts, actually. So that's really cool, because that's going to help me, you know, get more places here. Well, by more places, I mean it's going to get me into that room that I was trying to get into before with a stopwatch, but I didn't have enough hearts for. Before I do that, I am going to go ahead and check out the most of this Coliseum. Not all of it, because there's a couple of rooms in particular that have a really good chance of just murdering me right now, and I really don't want to play that game. One of them being right past this. I'm not going into that room. It has a whole bunch of these obnoxious horsemen that do a crap load. I mean, they might kill me in one hit. If they don't kill me in one hit, they'll kill me in 2 hits. But they can also really, really effectively juggle you. So most likely I'll just get hit and then immediately hit again and die. So not going to do that. Instead, we're going to... Oh, hey, that traveled further than I thought. Hey, buddy, why don't you come over here and... Oh, there we go. Did he just... Okay, let's see. So normally this is where you get missed, right on the other side of this gate, after you beat the boss that I'm not going to be fighting yet. We're here to check out a couple of rooms. I'm really having trouble with that spellcast right now. Oh, these guys are really dangerous too. Ooh, Covenant Stone. That's a really good item. That's going to be helpful. Yeah, that's that just doubles my attack right now, which is amazing. So even though I don't have a weapon, now my fists hit really hard. Now there is a secret right above me, and I can actually get to it because I have the gravity boots. Please be something good. Look at that. A sword. Unfortunately, it is a dark sword. And most of the enemies in the game are strong against dark. However, still way better. Did you get it worked out? Oh, hello. Yeah, we're just gonna leave now. We got what we wanted. Oh my goodness, is that the Alucard? Oh wow. So I just got basically the best armor in the game, or at least it's right up there. It's arguably the best. Well, now I feel a lot better. So our power level just jumped up by a really, really insane amount. And as a result, what we're going to do is we're going to save, and then I am going to go ahead and clear out this little area. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I know. We'll miss the cloth tunic. It was stylish. However, it's not going to help me much against this boss. They will rip through me like rice paper. So true to its name, Alucard mail. It belongs to Alucard. You start with it normally. It's one of your family heirloom equipment that you start with, and then good old Uncle Death, like the troll that he is, takes it away from you. And you actually don't get it back. You find it pretty far in to the second castle in the second half of the game. So it's actually a very late game item. Not only does it have completely amazing flat defense, but also it has resistance to elements. I think only fire, lightning, and ice. But still, I mean, that's really huge. Massive passive defense and really good elemental resistance. It's an amazing piece of gear. And getting it this early is hilarious. Likewise, Covenant Stone, that's like a second castle drop. These guys also, this is like another one of those rooms where if you come in here unprepared, you will get murdered. These skeleton musketeers will just destroy you. And these armored knights here, they're also incredibly powerful. However, I am much more powerful than they are, so haha. Sometimes the randomizer is very friendly. Yeah, remember when I had to punch you in the dick like 30 times? Not anymore, big boy. 2 smacks from Moore McGill and you're done, son. I always feel bad for those guys. You kill their owl, and then they're just like, oh my god, and they kneel there, and they mourn him, and it just makes me feel bad. Then, if you don't kill them in time, they finish mourning, and they stand up, and they draw their sword, and they become way worse. Which I'll show off here. He's gonna get mad. Yeah, they do the little quick draw technique. Pretty darn good at it, and it does a lot of damage. They're pretty hard hitting enemy. All right, we're gonna open this up. This is a path that'll take us to the cathedral. So now we have that opened up. That way when we're in the cathedral later, we can walk back through this direction, which is always good. Ah, yes. The plot thickens.
Who are you? Open hell's gate. Come forth, my servants. The scent of your blood.
And welcome to
You're
the stream,
a
Olga.
Belmont.
It's good to see you.
Crush this flea who invades my castle.
Yeah, Richter does have a little bit of an Austin Powers vibe going on right there. His open tunic and everything. Chilling in his little throne. Ooh, don't want to get the Shoryuken. Oh, hell. Okay, that guy needs to go. He's being... Haha, came from behind. He didn't expect me to dodge a Shoryuken and slash him in the
I'm
ass.
certain that was a Belmont. So he says he's the lord of this castle.
Now we have this path open as well. However, I don't have Form of Mist, so I can't just... Normally you'd get mist right there, and then you can just mist through that little wall, that grate. But since it's a randomizer, nope, no Form of Mist. So, moving on. Now, I can't go very far in Ulrox's chamber. Because, again, I don't have double jump, which means I can't use the gravity boots repeatedly. I can only use it once before I touch a surface. And, unfortunately, I also don't have Form of Bat yet, so I can't just fly up there. As a result, we're forced to backtrack. But before I do that, I am going to unlock the... there's a teleporter over here, and you have to go into the teleporter room before it's available to you to use. So once I go in here, I'll have it unlocked, and I'll be able to warp back here later on when I do have the capability to explore. Alright, and I can... The one that you can warp to without unlocking it is the very first one, where the God Garb was at the very beginning of the game. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. Though now, I'm much less excited about it because I just got the a la carte mail, so... You know. Oh, there is another thing I can do over here, too. So right over up here... empty. Depressing. I don't think I can actually get up here yet, because I can't do gravity boost in the air, and I don't have double jump. Yeah, so I can't get up there. Right up there is where that powerful enemy was that I got myself murdered by at the very beginning. And there's a little shortcut that you can open there too, but I can't get up there yet, so not a big deal. Back to the clock room. How high? Okay, let's see. I might... No. Oh, yes, I can. Oh! That's actually kind of a fun item. I don't have an offhander yet, so there's really no harm in me using this. The Asafune is a cool sword. It has a special move where I can teleport forward and do a multi-slash. It does a pretty darn good amount of damage. The other thing that's nice about it is you can actually use that to dodge things, because you are incorporeal. Whoops. In that state. And also, it doesn't do dark damage, unlike the Mormogil, which a lot of these enemies are resistant to. Oh, that was a lucky crit. Did 300 damage to that guy all at once. That was a big one. It's probably about 3 times more HP than that guy actually has. And we're stocked up on hearts now, which is great. We're also stocked up on money. So the library is basically next on our list. Normally that's where we want to be going anyways in a normal playthrough, because you would have to buy the Jewel of Open from the librarian, which is a relic that opens a few of these blue locked doors in the game. Of course, it's a randomizer, so he probably won't have the Jewel of Open. I mean, he could, but it's unlikely. Oh, Garnet, there's more money. Oh, we got some stylish shades. They are not very good. They're a very, very early item. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to wear the Silver Crown, because it increases my intellect by a ridiculous amount. That's going to up my magic damage quite a bit. And I can get away with it because I have the Alucard mail in the first castle, so I'm not hurting for defense at all. Normally at this point I would probably have about 5 defense, 5 or 6, maybe 7, maybe 8. Defense is small in this game too, so 14 is actually pretty darn big, and that's not taking into account the elemental resistance that I have from that mail as well, so I'm fairly stacked. Not to mention that I'm doing ridiculous amounts of damage. I'm doing way more than I should be, due to both the Covenant Stone and the Asafune. Also means my spells are going to hit really hard because, again, I've got some pretty good, pretty strong intellect itemage going on here. So up there to the right, that's going to be one of those blue doors you need the Jewel of Open for. And when you get in, there's a switch, and it opens these. But obviously we don't have the Jewel of Open yet, so we're just going to continue on our merry way. Yeah, that just the normal non-crit damage from that special, that's going to one-shot the next boss at least. Probably more than that. I'm trying to remember. Depends on where I go. Obviously, in the randomizer, I have a lot more options than normal. This randomizer, at least. This spin, since I got the gravity boost so early. Now for one of the strangest secrets in this game. This is one of those weird Castlevania secrets I actually discovered by accident. Just because my mom called me to dinner when I was like, okay, and I was in the middle of playing and I just walked into this wall and left him here. And then I came back down after eating and I was in a different room. And I was just like, what? So that's a thing that happens. Normally you can't get into this room until you have Form of Mist. The exit there from the other side is a mist door, a little grate. So when you have Form of Mist, you can go through there. Just for fun, I'm going to go ahead and go down here and look at this. There's nothing down here except a little Easter egg. It's kind of neat. There's this bird here that's building a nest, and if you keep coming down here and looking, he'll keep, well, she or he, them maybe, will keep working on it, and eventually they'll have eggs, and then eventually the eggs will hatch, which is kind of neat. And right there, looking in here, I saw the riverman hanging out in his boat. Just little fun, neat things like that. Little flavor. One of the things I love about this game so much is there's just so much of that, you know. It's really cool. So yeah, if I just come back down, comes the bird, building its nest. I think you can just do it this way, actually. I don't think you have to, I don't think it's time-based as much as it is coming onto the screen repeatedly. I might be wrong. It's been a minute since I've actually messed with this. Because again, it's just a little flavor thing. It doesn't do anything for you. It also might be dependent on the weather. The weather in the outer wall changes, which is another thing that's really cool. Right now it's raining. It's not always raining. Sometimes it's misty, and then sometimes it's just clear. So that's a really cool little thing that they did too. That just adds a little bit more. Okay, it might be weather-based or it might be time-based. I'll do it a couple more times and see what happens. Yeah, I think it might be weather-based, actually. Or time. I don't know. Who knows? Or number of times, maybe. But I'm going to move on. There'll be time for hatchlings and whatnot later. I say that, but really probably not. I'll probably never go back down there again. Oh, let's see, right up there. Oh, just barely. Oh, come on now. Oh, good, all that for a monster vial. I care so little about monster vials. There's 3 of them, and they're a one-time use item. You throw it out, and one of them's a bat, one of them's a skeleton, and one of them is a merman, I think? They are really fun if you get the duplicator item, which is the most insane broken item in the game. And it makes it so all your one-time use items are infinite, as long as you have it equipped. So you can you could equip, you know, the duplicator and vials and just start chucking them all over the place like crazy and have an army, which is pretty fun. The duplicator is a lot of fun because then you get to just dick around with a whole bunch of items that probably you wouldn't normally use. Or if you did, you know, you can only use it once and it's gone. Well, there's only one Alucard, buddy, sorry. Get that crap out of here, doppelganger. He did not expect me to be packing that much heat. Very satisfying. Oh, shoot. I hate when that happens. Can I actually just... Yes, I can. So, interestingly enough, since I have the gravity boots, had I wanted to, I could have just skipped that boss, right? I don't want to. But I could have. It's good to have options. There's a library. We're not going there quite yet. That is our next goal, but I want to check a couple things up here. And I also want to unlock this teleporter. Cutlass. Cutlass isn't a terrible weapon. It's pretty low level, but it's certainly not bad. Nowhere close to what I'm rocking right now. It's a pretty run-of-the-mill sword. If I hadn't gotten a weapon yet, I would have been pretty excited, but I've got Osafune and the Mormagil, so yeah, it's definitely not needed. Now, in the normal playthrough, the form of wolf is right behind this door at the top of the elevator. So this is where you'd get that. But as we can see, not only is there no relic in there, there is nothing in there. That said, we do still want to activate the elevator. Interestingly enough, too, in a normal run, there's a breakable vase right here. And interestingly enough, the vase itself is gone. So, I mean, I guess that's better than just having a vase there that's completely empty and being, you know, extra disappointing. But that is kind of intriguing that it's just not there. No vase for you. Come back 1 year. Or should I say, a vase? Alright, let's go see our good old buddy the librarian. See what he's got for us. With luck, something really crazy. Who knows? Maybe I'll be able to buy the chrysogram or the shield rod, or heck, maybe he'll have the duplicator for 500 gold. Wouldn't that be fun? You just never know. Now there's a really silly secret over here that I can get the first part of. I can't do the whole thing because I don't have double jump yet, but I do have the gravity boots. So we're going to go harass the librarian a little bit before we actually meet him. Normally this is not something you could do until much later, of course, but, you know, we're cool like that. Early bloomer. Well, the short sword is the first weapon you get in the game in a normal playthrough. What's up, buddy? So yeah, if you have double jump, you can repeatedly do that air jump, and if you keep jumping under him like that without touching the ground with your feet, he'll drop a couple more items for you after that life max up. He drops a Ring of Arcana, I think, which is, it increases the drop rate of the rare drops from enemies, like weapons and equipment and stuff like that. Whatever their rare drops are, you have a much better chance of getting them. And then he also drops a unique armor you can only get from him called the Dracula Tunic, which is basically just good old, your old dad's robe, or cloak, tunic thingy. No telling what he'll drop, since everything's randomized. But most likely it's not going to be too great. Chances of it being better than what I have are not great, we'll say. And I can't get it yet anyhow, so it is a moot point. Those are unique spellbooks. They're only in that one room, and in a normal playthrough they actually have a chance of dropping 1,000 gold bag, which is really cool. Sometimes for fun I'll farm them to try to get some good stuff from our boy over here early on. But yeah, in this run there's absolutely no reason to, especially since we don't know what they're going to drop.
It's been a long time, old one.
Oh, it's you, Master Alucard. What do you need?
I need your help.
Young Master, I cannot aid one who opposes the Master.
You won't go unrewarded.
Really? In that case, just tell me what you need.
Alright, what do you got?
I'm interested in this.
Oh my god, does he have the duplicator? And it's only 3,000. Oh ho 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 ho. Alright, well this run just got real fun. Because we can get it. That is
I'm interested.
amazing. That changes everything. He's got a lot of fun stuff going on over here, actually. But yeah, we have to have that. I mean, that's...
Thank you.
That's ridiculous. Does he not?
Thank you.
So this is funny. Again, what he has and even the values of them are all completely... Yeah, unfortunately, Limity Fresh, I cannot. That would be hilarious. It only works on consumable items, not gear. But, so, normally you can't get the duplicator until you have a completed game save file, right? Which, of course, I do. But once you've beaten the game, it appears in the shop for 500,000 gold. 500,000 gold is a lot in this game. A whole lot. It takes a really long time to get that. You have to go out of your way quite a bit. And it's not even, again, it's not even possible in your first playthrough. But we just got it like right at the beginning of the game. So we're going to have all kinds of crazy fun now. Do I have any? I don't have any Buffalo Stars. I'm going to get one.
Thank you.
Oh, and I'm going to get some library cards. Because the library card warps you. Excuse me. I only need one because I have the duplicator. But knowing my dumbass, I'll probably use one at some point with the duplicator not equipped by accident. So I'm getting some backups just in case, because I can't rely on finding them due to everything being randomized. Alright, so the duplicator, you'll notice, actually does have a downside. It lowers some of your stats, right? Lowers your constitution, lowers your intellect, lowers your defense. I have 0 defense now, even with the Alucard mail on. So I do need to be a little careful. Even were I to re-equip the wizard hat, the penalty is so large that I still would have 0 defense. Effectively, I'm in the negatives. Now, let's see. What kind of crazy... Well, for one, we have a neutron bomb. Which is just nuts. Let's play with that for a second. So yeah, I have infinite neutron bombs and Buffalo Stars. So I can just run around blowing everything on the screen up, which is hilarious. Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't like that, did you? Can I get up here? Yeah, I think I can get up here without... Yes, just barely, it looks like. Just gotta be, like, right... Oh, whoops, that's not... Gotta be right by it. There we go. Well, that might come in handy. Maybe. Probably not. Heart refresh just instantly gives you all your hearts back. Since I have a duplicator, of course I can do that forever, which is wonderful. But probably not going to be using a whole lot of hearts, especially since I have a duplicator now. Yeah, this run did become very silly very quickly. Good for us. Flea men dragging you down? Now there's neutron bomb. Yeah, those armored flea men are really obnoxious. Exploding them makes me feel good. Exploding makes me feel good. Oh, cool. So in a normal playthrough, there's a table right here with a little candle on it. But I guess this randomizer decided that there was no item there, so the whole table's gone. that little punk. Yeah, so as you can see, oh, that was interesting. That was kind of a cool freeze frame there right at the beginning of the explosion. But yeah, so I have no defense, so ow. Now I'm not gonna kill this guy until he summons a Mudman, which hopefully he does very quickly. It's really annoying when he doesn't. I don't need to do this. There's no reason. Okay, there we go. But this is the only way you can get a Mudman in your enemy list. Not that it matters in your bestiary. It only can appear if you let this guy summon it. I remember when I first got this game when it was new, I was really frustrated because I could not figure out. Oh yeah, they still do. Absolutely, they suck. The Fleamen and the Boomerang guys are terrible. Even in this game, even when you're ridiculously powerful, they can be a punk. But yeah, I was trying to, fill out my bestiary at the library, and I could not figure out where the last enemy was. And it turns out you just have to let that stupid boss summon him. And in the inverted castle, in the second half of the game, you actually... Those guys are normal enemies in one zone. They're not a boss. But they don't summon other enemies. They only summon more of them. Which that can get really out of hand really quickly. All of a sudden you have all these lesser demons, and they're all summoning more lesser demons. And that can be a really good way to have a really bad time very quickly. I love the way the little Dullahan's skull just falls and bounces away. It cracks me up. Oh yeah, totally. Going around stealing weapons is great. I'm hoping that some of these enemies are going to drop some cool stuff for us, but again, the drops are all randomized too, so there's no telling who has what. I could kill, a flea man, and he could drop the most powerful sword in the game in this run. You just never know. Normally, I think Fleamen drop cheese and like the Takamatsu. I think it's just a crappy bamboo sword that does like no damage and it's two-handed. Really bad. It's one of the worst weapons in the game. But yeah, in a randomized run, who knows? Who knows what you're gonna get? That's the beauty of it. Well, we didn't get any relics from the librarian, which is a little bit of a bummer, but that's okay. So, on that note, we are going to go up to the clock tower. Oh! Did you... Frickin' Medusa heads, I swear. Such a pain in my butt. These Medusa heads are just your typical Castlevania Medusa head. Fly at you, knock you around, be generally annoying. There are also gold ones that if they hit you, they turn you to stone. Those are much, much, much more deadly. You take greatly increased damage when you're petrified. And I already have 0 defense. I'm not sure if your defense value can go below. I don't know if that modifier that being stoned gives you can go beyond into the negatives or not. I know I don't want to find out. Oh yeah, interestingly enough too, the music is randomized, or at least not exactly correct. The music that's playing right now here is actually the Long Library music. The song that's supposed to be playing here is really, really hardcore. It's called Tragic Prince, and it's just an amazing, wild, wailing electric guitar piece. Okay, well that didn't go as planned. I can't actually... I don't think I'm going to be able to... I don't know, let's see. I might be able to get over here. For some reason... Doing the gravity jump... There we go. Diagonal, when you're not already in the air. I'm not sure why. It's really difficult for me. And again, that might be something to do with the fact that, you know, I'm emulating this right now and not just playing it normally. Or it might just me being dumb. Honestly, it's really hard to tell with me most of the time. I'm good at both. Oh, hey, there's that Dracula tunic I was talking about earlier. It is a very good piece of armor. It's just, it pales in comparison to the Alucard mail, so we're not even going to bother with it. Plus, you know, we have the God Garb as well, so it's not even the second best armor that we're currently holding. So this is one of the more obnoxious secrets. You have all these little gears on the wall, 2 in each of these 2 rooms, 4 in total. You gotta hit them repeatedly until they click. There we go, there's one. Ah, shoot. And when they all click, you open a door. And that door has some fairly good stuff in it. Ooh, I almost landed right on those spikes. That was close. So that door right there, that little gate, that's where we're going. Once I get these open. And I believe in the normal playthrough, it's got, it's not the Holy Rod, is it the Moon Rod or something? It's got, I think, a rod in there that's pretty decent. It's not great, but it's pretty good. That room in the library near the Lesser Demon that I was talking about, the table being gone, that has the Holy Rod in it. Ooh, I got a Javelin. That's kind of a fun one. That's another one-time use item that I can just, you know, we can throw Javelins all day. The Buffalo Star is better, I believe, but yeah, quite a bit better. But I want to throw some Javelins because they're fun. Besides, I'm powerful enough. I can get away with throwing a few pointy sticks around. Oh, shucky darns. Frickin' Medusa heads being punks, gears being punks, everybody giving Alucard a hard time. Good thing I came with a pocket full of bombs. Oh my god, get away from me. Those guys are also interesting. These I think they're called flying armor, or the Heaven Knight, something like that. But their sword is actually a weapon you can get, Heaven Sword, which is one of the, I believe, only 2 flying swords. There's the Heaven Sword and the Rune Sword. The Heaven Sword, if you have 2 of them, actually has a special ability where if you hit both attacks, both weapon buttons at once, you have them both equipped, then you throw both of them out behind you and they spin around and they make a whole bunch of after images of themselves and then they all shoot across the screen, and it's really awesome. Sometimes for fun in normal playthroughs, I'll just farm those guys and get 2 Heaven Swords and then just run through the game doing that, because that's that guy is kind of he's a second castle enemy. So I need to be careful. I'm taking a lot of damage, not paying attention. However, I can just attack with pineapples. No, I have infinite healing items right now, so you know. That's right. I'm gonna put pineapple on your pizzas, enemies. How you like them apples? Just throwing pineapples for fun. I have healing potions, which is a much more effective way to heal myself, but you know, pineapples are fun. They look cool. I dig how you get the whole pineapple and then also a little pineapple slice. Just a little extra. Pineapple with a side of pineapple. It's funny how everyone's always complaining about pineapple on pizza, but I never hear anyone talk about getting extra pineapple on pizza. Oh yeah, I do too. I absolutely love pineapple on pizza. Especially with like jalapenos. Get that sweet and spicy. I'm not a huge fan of ham or Canadian bacon. I'd rather just have normal bacon with it. Oh yeah. See, I'm not a huge fan of Shakespeare's. I actually really can't stand their wheat crust, and I definitely do not like pepper jack cheese on pizza at all. And it's not even really the flavor thing. It's like a texture, the texture thing. I don't like the texture of pepper jack cheese on pizza. It kind of grosses me out. I do have to say though that Shakespeare's Pizza has gotten better. It used to be worse. So I don't know what they did, but they did improve upon it. But I'm still not down with the wheat crust or the pepper jack. Hey, oh, we got a piece of Dad. Rocking around the block with Dad's heart in my pocket. So yeah, there's one of your very in-game relics, you know. In the first castle, you need to get the silver ring and the gold ring in order to open the floor in that big clock room. And I am absolutely not going to praise Spaghetti Tim. You can call me blasphemer all you want. In the second castle, you have to get all of the parts of Dracula, just like in Castlevania 2, which is kind of neat. So, there's our heart. We've already got one. I would love at some point to see a playthrough where I got all 5 pieces before I even got to the inverted castle. But that hasn't happened yet. I did actually get 4 one time. Oh, hey, look, speaking of, there's his ring. Well, there's 2. Oh, nice, I just got dynamite. That's always fun. Or TNT. Not quite as good as dynamite, but still. And yes, I mean, I know that TNT is dynamite, but they're actually 2 different items, and dynamite is actually a whole bundle of TNT, which is quite fun. Well, good luck. Have fun cleaning the garage, and I guess, you know, ask for forgiveness for me from Spaghetti Tim, if you feel so inclined. That is your prerogative. I won't stop you. I'm gonna blow up turkeys, or ducks, or geese. I think those are ducks with fleamen on them. In any event, they're dinner now. Now this is where the leap stone would be, floating right here. So, yet again, we get to a relic location and there's just a whole lot of nothing for us. But hey, we got some smart pill. We got a smart potion, so that's good. I guess. Clementi, being an adult is shit, son. Yeah, well. So is being a kid in a lot of ways. Going quackers. Yes, I'll go. I'm gonna put a lot of cheese on those quackers too. I guess there already was cheese on them because apparently those fleamen are kind of made of it. And here's our next teleporter to unlock. But we still haven't gotten another mobility relic. So we're going to continue on this path into the cathedral. Because the cathedral is chock full of tasty equipment just lying around. So with luck, we're going to get some more relics. You know, it's kind of cool and it's kind of fun that we're getting a bunch of pieces of Vlad really early. But it sure would be nice to get, you know, I don't know, a form of mist or a form of bat or the leap stone. You know, one of those important mobility items. We'll see. We'll see how lucky we get. Well, there's a diamond. That's a whole big giant chunk of money that we don't need. Those precious gemstones, they're only for selling to the librarian to get cash. That's the only thing they're good for, just to help you buy stuff. And we basically don't really have anything left that we want to buy from him, so money's fun and all, but it's pretty much worthless to us at this point. Unfortunately. I'm going full ninja mode. I really want to throw TNT on this griffin, so I'm gonna. Oh no! TNT, my only weakness. Does Maria? Okay, so Maria doesn't. I guess this event doesn't happen if you come from this direction. Because I have had randomizers where she did appear, but sometimes she doesn't. She wasn't in the clock room either, so I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe it depends on how much you randomize it. I'm actually not sure. I haven't done enough random runs to know how that works yet. But Maria is a young woman who is first in Chino Rondo, Rondo of Blood, which is what the game that is you're playing the prologue of in the very beginning. There's actually a mistranslation. At the very beginning, it says, you know, that it's the final stage of Castlevania Bloodlines, which is actually the Genesis one. That's kind of one of the black sheep Castlevanias, and it has absolutely nothing to do with any of this. I don't even think it's considered canon. Or I think it is now, because they made Portrait of Ruin, which does deal with Eric Licard and the Licard family. Oh, nice, it's got the best cape in the game. Again, one of Alucard's starting equipment, classic vampire cape. Very, very good. Death takes it from you. Well, we got that sucker early. Now, it's the best cape in the game stat-wise, right? But the best cape actually is Joseph's cloak, because you get to completely change the colors to whatever you want on the inside and outside. And that is cool. So it's my favorite. And it's also almost as good. I think it's only like 1 or 2 points of constitution off. So it's still quite good. It's worth it just to be able to customize it. This right here is a path that leads to Ulrox's chamber, but you have to break into it from the other direction. So I can't go through there yet. Time for a confession. And nothing. Too bad. In a normal playthrough, if you get the good priest ghost, like I just did, he'll listen to your confession, and then he drops grape juice. Okay, I got the evil lady ghost who tries to kill me. There's a good one too. There she is. So Alucard, being the chill guy that he is, will actually sit here and listen to her for as long as you want while she confesses. Just 1 second. I'm gonna let him sit here and hear her out. Be right back. But yeah, I've done this in every randomized playthrough. I've tried to see if the good priest will drop anything for me, and I haven't had him do it yet. Oh, another neat little detail I really like about this is that when Alucard is in the confessional booth, when he's the one confessing, he sits very attentively, right? That's the evil priest. But when he's the one listening to the confession, he like crosses his legs and sits back and reclines. It's just little stuff like that. You know, there's so many neat little touches in this game. One of the reasons I love it so much. It really is the little things more often than not, you know? So this right here leads back to the Colosseum, where we opened that shortcut. So if I wanted to, I can just go back to the Colosseum, which, depending on what we find here, we might wind up doing, right? Now this stairway is great, because this is where there's just a whole bunch of goodies, just all across the ceiling here. Since we have the gravity boots, we can get them. And again, we're hoping that we're going to get a good relic. That's our one. Aquamarine, again, that's just more money. And that's actually not even a very valuable stone. That's one of the least valuable ones. There aren't too many of them. I think that might be the second least valuable. Ruby Circlet is a pretty darn good item. That Zircon is the worst. That's the worst gem, the lowest value. The Ruby Circlet not only has good stats in general, but it makes it so fire damage actually heals you, which is really, really good. Especially later on, there's a whole bunch of really powerful enemies that do lots and lots of, like right now, I can just get healed by letting these guys breathe on me. Very nice. Also, there's a few bosses that do fire damage, so that really helps with them. Not that that's going to matter for us, but you know, it's nice to not have to worry about popping a potion or something sometimes. Just let the enemies do the work for you, right? Oops. Ah, nothing. There's usually a vase there too. In the normal playthrough, it just has a gem in it, but I was hoping that maybe it'd have something good. Instead, we get nothing. Feast or famine, right, Alucard? So this door right here actually leads back to the very beginning of the game, right before the first boss, Slugger and Gaibon. It also has a Marie encounter, but you have to have the Jewel of Open to get in there, and we haven't even found that yet. So we need to go somewhere else. In fact, on that note, I need to think about where the heck I do need to go. Because, again, relics can be anywhere that you can find equipment in this playthrough. So, I don't have Form of Bat, don't have Form of Mist, I don't have Double Jump, and I don't have Jewel of Open, right? So my options are pretty darned limited. I don't need to go to the Coliseum because I've gotten all of the equipment in there. I guess at this point what we're going to need to do is I actually need to go back to the very beginning. In the very, very beginning of the castle where you first enter, there are a couple of places I can get to now that have the potential to have what I need. Because any one of those relics that I just mentioned are going to open some doors for us, right? Actually, I think this is the fastest route. So I can just go straight through. Straight through the Coliseum, the boss chamber here, to get back to Ulrox's chamber and the teleporter there, and then warp back to the very beginning. Pretty sure that's going to be my fastest way to get where I want to go. And here's hoping that it's actually going to yield something good. Oh, whoops. Going this way. It's really fun throwing sticks of dynamite on people. Alright. So here's our teleporter. We need Horsehead. That's our Huckleberry. And unfortunately, there is at least one secret down here that we cannot get yet, because we don't have. You have to have both Form of Wolf and Form of Bat to get it. I have neither, so can't get that sucker unless we get crazy lucky. And there's our first shield, by the way. We haven't found any shields yet, I don't think, have we? Oh, I guess there is a fast way to do this. Oh, whoops. Oh, we had found the iron shield. Okay, so we did have a shield already. Not that it matters, I'm not going to use it. I don't need no stinking shield. You got infinite items. Who needs defense when you can just throw bombs and giant throwing stars all over the darn place? Yeah, so there's a really weird secret where if you run through this as a wolf and then fly back through it as a bat, it actually opens this wall right here. And in a normal playthrough, that's where a weapon called the Jewel Sword is, which is an interesting item. It makes enemies drop. It gives them a chance of dropping the jewels that you can sell, all those precious stones. It also has a special attack, as like some weapons do, where it just throws money out. Like it makes little sparkles and they turn into gold coins. Not very good. Each one of those gold coins is worth, I think, one gold. So you're not really going to make a lot of money doing that. But it is just kind of neat. And I don't know about what all gems it can spawn. I want to say you probably can't get anything too crazy. Probably not even like onyxes or garnets. Certainly not diamonds or anything. I think it's usually like zircons and aquamarines, but still, it's kind of neat, you know? Just, I like the variety. Stupid. Really, you know what? It's a zircon. I don't even care. I don't want that stupid zircon anyways. But yeah, it's just neat that there's so many different weapons and items that do different things, even though, in all fairness, a lot of them are pretty bad. However, one thing I've always really enjoyed about this game is finding ways to make it challenging, right? Because it is a pretty easy game. It really is. Even when things don't get crazy and you totally break it by finding stupid items, it's not very difficult. Certainly not compared to classic Castlevanias, or even a lot of its quote, you know, Metroidvania or Castleroid predecessors that came after. Like Circle of the Moon is way harder. So is Order of Ecclesia. I would say even Portrait of Ruin is more difficult. I mean, most of them are. Harmony of Dissonance, maybe not. It's pretty darned easy. But in general, Symphony is not a very hard game. So it's fun to make up ways to make it challenging. Restricting what kinds of items you can use, you know, and restricting your stats, and how and when you use relics, like all that kind of stuff. A good way to make it more enjoyable. Okay, so I can't get up there yet, unfortunately. Well, that sucks. There's normally, I think it's Skill of Wolf or Power of Wolf, I forget. One of them makes the wolf, gives him a special running super move where he goes super fast and starts glowing and does a lot of damage if anything gets in his way. And one of them allows him to swim, which is a really, really worthless ability. The only real reason that you need it is to make it easier to fill in a couple of squares on your map in the inverted castle late in the game. And the only reason that you're doing that is to get perfect map completion, because it's based on rooms. So like a room is each square, right? Not just like this whole hallway isn't a room. It's made up of several rooms that are squares. So there are a few of those that it's much easier to get if you have that silly wolf ability. But as far as I know, it doesn't really serve another purpose. He doesn't swim well either. It's like Mario swimming, where you're like rapidly tapping the button and he like doggy paddles around. And he does it very, very slowly and in a very cumbersome way. And it's just kind of annoying. Not really sure what that was about. I almost wonder if in development they had an idea of like, oh, we're gonna do something more with this, and they just didn't. I have no idea. But it does suck. Not a good item. So now I'm at a point where I'm kind of like, shoot, where do I need to go? Cause yeah, we're having a little bit of a kerfuffle here. There aren't a whole lot of places I can get to at the moment. Let me think again real quick. Okay, one thing I do know, I'm going to be a little upset with myself if this turns out to be the case, but I might have missed a potential piece of equipment in the clock tower right at the beginning. There are those little parts of the bridge that break that I was gravity hopping over. I think there might be a ledge where there is potential for an item. I'm not sure about that, however. Let's see if... Oh, look, there. Speaking of dynamite, there's some right over there. I wonder if I can actually... God, that diagonal jump off the ground is so freaking hard for some reason. Nah, it looks like I can just barely not do it. Okay. Well, that is a little bit annoying. Alright, so we're going to warp back to the outer wall. And I'm going to double check just to make sure that I wasn't being dumb and just walked right past an item that I need. I don't think so, but I would not put it past me. If there is a relic just floating down there, that's going to be pretty funny. Honestly, I hope so, because I am very much running out of options. Okay, I can actually run over here, and I should be able to see it. If there is one, it'd be like right there. Yeah, it looks like no. I thought I had checked, but again, I didn't trust myself. So, yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. Oh, yeah, I got his drop platinum mail. That's kind of cool. That's a pretty darn good piece of armor. Granted, nowhere near as good as 3 different armors that I already have, but it's still a pretty darn good one. So, yeah, unfortunately, no. Nothing here. Where in the heck? I wouldn't... Where in the world can I still go? Go buy something fun from the librarian while I try to figure out what the heck it is I need to do. Oh, actually. How foolish of me. Speaking of the librarian, there's a faster way to do this. Me having infinite library cards and just resting on my laurels.
What can I do for you?
I'm interested in this.
Okay, I do have one of those. Oh, you know what though? Maybe not. I kind of want another one, but he does have a lot of really fun... Okay, I'm going to buy this right now, just in case I don't find it. The reason for that is that the nastiest boss in the game, Galamoth, who has, I think, 12,000 HP, which for this game is quite a bit, he mostly does lightning damage, or at least he has a few attacks that do lightning, or at least one major attack, I think 2, that do lightning damage. And the barrel circlet heals you, so you can just stand in his lightning blast and get healed while you just smack him. And it's only 400 gold, so I may as well just go ahead and acquire it now. Unfortunately, though, we are striking out. Really need to figure out where in the heck Ooh, actually, ooh, bat pentagram. That's even better. This is a real big bomb. Consider it's like twice as damaging as the neutron bomb. So that's a fun one to just roll around using willy-nilly for no good reason except because it's fun. Also, it looks cool. Gotta love how it's a giant bone symbol that blows apart. So the long library song plays in the clock tower instead of Tragic Prince, and then some of the boss music is playing in the library. So strange. Okay, I was gonna say I did check that, right? That would have been embarrassing had I not. Oh no. I just realized. I remember a place that we could have something that I didn't check. It's right at the very beginning of the game in the alchemy laboratory. There are two secrets right by each other. There's one in the wall and there's one on the floor. And I had gotten lucky with some hearts. So I had just enough to throw a few axes, but I didn't have enough to actually break the floor. So I failed to break it and had to leave. And then I never came back after getting a sword that I could actually, kneel and smack the ground with. So it's possible that we have something that we need down there. But yeah, we are really running out of options. Like, I'm really, really running through my head, like, where in the heck could this thing be? Like, I only need one of 4 relics, and I don't know. So yeah, here's hoping. Whether it be Form of Bat, Form of Mist, Jewel of Open, or Leapstone. Any one of those is gonna get us where we need to be, right? Open up a whole lot of stuff, but we'll see. Yeah, right here. God, I can't believe I forgot about this. Now, of course, knowing my luck, it's either going to be there's nothing in here, or it's going to be like a life max up or something. Oh, it's the Werebane. It's a weapon that's fairly decent, but is totally outclassed by everything that I have. It is a cool sword, though. Especially if you get it when you first can, because you can get it from those the ghosts, not the big guys, but the little ghosts that have a rapier, and they do that attack, and now you do too. And it does extra damage to werewolves, which of course, one of the 2 bosses of that Colosseum that you would find it in is a werewolf. So if you get it before that boss, you can wreck it pretty hard. Unfortunately, though, totally worthless for us, certainly right now, as we desperately try to figure out where the heck one of our 4 key relics that we need are. Oh, actually, we're going exactly where we need to. Come to think of it, Slugger and Gaibon's chamber right up here. Normally, there's a room that has potential to have what we need. In fact, I'm almost willing to bet that that's exactly where we need to go. That right there is what I was talking about. That's the path that leads to that Maria encounter beyond Blue Door that you need the Jewel of Open for, that we were on the other side of just recently in the Colosseum. So right up here in the top corner, I think I can actually get up here with just the gravity boots. I hope so. Yes. Okay, good. Please be. Oh, thank God. Okay, there we go. Got it. Jewel of Open. Now we're getting somewhere. So just because I'm curious, I'm going to go over here and go through this door as normal and see if the Maria encounter happens. We don't need to go through here. Oops. Because we've already been over there, right? But I am just interested, so I want to check it out real quick. Because we haven't seen her yet. We've managed to circumvent all of the encounters with Maria. I promise, I'm not avoiding you, Maria. Nope, she's straight, just not here. Interesting. I know I've had randomizer runs where she does appear. I wonder if it's just because I completely sequence broke, so it made it so the game thought that like I'd already had the encounter, maybe. But that doesn't explain why she doesn't appear in the clock room, because she should have at least been there. That was pre-sequence breaking. But hey, on the upside, now we're at least on the right path, right? We got our Jewel of Open, so now we know where we need to go. We have to go back through the gallery here where I was talking about opening those little things in the floor. So we're going to be able to get into the underground caverns and then the catacombs. Both of which contain lots and lots of items, so with luck we're going to find a lot of the stuff that we've been looking for in there. Oh, hey Sasha, what's up? Welcome back, mon frere. How are you doing tonight? Ooh, you know what I want to do? I want to summon an army. Okay, so number 1 is merman, I was right. Number 3 is skeletons. We want... You know what? Let's mix and match. Let's get nuts. Also, this is bothering me. Let's go get that dynamite real quick, because dynamite is fun. Yes, my pretties. So ridiculous. Just got an army of mermen and skeletons now. They're even more effective when time is frozen. I love how they have little halos too, to show you that they're good. Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. I hope it turns around for you a little bit. Seems like it's kind of a rough time for a lot of people. Hopefully only temporary. But for what it's worth, I'm glad to have you here. Alright, here's the guy that killed me. We're gonna get revenge. He's no match for my army. Well, I am good at being distracting. Obnoxiously so at times. So I'm happy to oblige. Cool, we got our dynamite, which I am very excited about. And, whoops, I'm going to put one of my, oh, even better, let's just, all dynamite all the time. The dynamite is a much larger, much more powerful explosion, but it takes a second to go off, so you have to be a little more strategic in the way you place it, right? But it does a crap load of damage. And it's just fun. Especially on large, slow-moving enemies and bosses. Nothing takes care of the legions of the night like dynamite. Oh, you punk. Yeah, these guys you have to be careful too, because they can get really out of control really quickly. Their boomerangs actually do a lot of damage, as you can see. Whoops. They have pretty decent range also, and so I'm sure you noticed those boomerangs are actually quite large. So they have really large hitboxes. They can be annoying. One thing that's funny about those boomerang guys, though, in fact, actually I want to show this real quick. This is kind of fun. If you can get up right on them before they can throw a boomerang at you, they're actually cowards, and they just huddle in fear. Like, please don't kill me. And then, of course, if you don't kill them and you start to walk away, guess what? They immediately throw boomerangs at you. Yeah, Solga. We're having a very explosive playthrough. That duplicator, getting that duplicator like that so early, that's just crazy. Always fun. I had one random playthrough where I actually found it in like a vase or something, like right in the beginning at the outer wall. I didn't even have to buy it. I was just like, oh my god, you have to be kidding me right now. That actually turned out to be a really, really fast run. That's probably the fastest run I ever had. And it wasn't because of the duplicator. It was just I got really, really lucky on key relics. Okay, well, as fun as this is, let's be a little bit more efficient now. Where's my... There's the Asafune. I'm not using any... I don't need defense. I'm going to keep the duplicator on, even though I'm not using it currently. The reason for that is because I don't trust myself to not be stupid and to accidentally use consumable items. Please tell me I actually did go in here and... Yeah, okay, good. I was going to say. I don't trust myself to... You know, I might forget that I had the duplicator off and then pull out one of my like dynamite and use it and then not have any more and then be really sad. So I have so much faith in myself that I'm not going to allow that to happen. We're just going to keep it on even though it's reducing my defense to basically nil. But who needs defense when you got all this stuff going on, right? I'm too sexy for defense. Too sexy for defense. Oh, okay, so that's where that's one of our things that we're about to open right there on the floor. The Jewel of Open here. Up in this room that we did not go in because there was a blue door. Now we get to open it. And we get to open the blue door with the Jewel of Open so that we can hit a switch to open other doors. I think this one only has items in it. Oh, no, I picked the wrong one. Okay, we'll be right back. There's another one over here. That one's where we're going right there. That's the path to the next zone. But real quick, we're going to run over here and just grab whatever's down. Nothing too great. Crappy old Zircon that's totally worthless to us and a Karma coin. Karma coins are kind of interesting. They're a one-time use item. And basically you flip a coin. So when you use it... Too sexy for defense. Well, you know, I am too sexy for defense. I'm no longer fencing items at the librarian because I'm just so far beyond that now. Ow. Ow! Alright, I get the point. Jeez. Punk. Oh, good. Here I have to use my... See, I don't have double jump. Normally you have double jump when you come down here, right? I have to... Oh, come on now. That was... Are you really not going to let me get up there this way? That's not very friendly. Come on now. Why? Please don't have something important in that. Okay, it's not. That's just the Necklace of J. That is a defensive item. It's actually one of the items Alucard starts with. It gives you, I think, +5 defense. There's a much greater version of that item called the Noglamir, which gives you +15 defense. Regardless, I need neither. Ow! Dang it. Stop it. Really? Yeah, how you like them apples? So resist dark, that's another one-time use item. Oh, barley tea. Alright. It's tea time, my people. You've earned it, Alucard. Alright, we feel better. What do we want? Okay, this is probably driving everyone crazy. I don't have my stuff situated here. I spend so little time organizing my menu. I should do it. It does save time in the long run, but I hate it. At least they give you quick sorting options in this game. Very nice of them. As we all know, I'm sure many, many games do not give you effective ways. Oh god. I'm getting a sinus headache and my upstairs neighbors decided to perform river dance wearing their finest concrete shoes. So you're having a great night too, huh? Oh good, that's wonderful. I'm so sorry for both of you. Just... Hopefully in your new apartment you'll have more considerate neighbors. Ooh, dodge that by the skin of my teeth. I'm threading the needle here. Whoop. Aw, boring old life max up. How depressing. Well, okay, so this is going to take me down here, right, into the cavern. I'm not going to drop down here quite yet. The reason for that is I don't have form of bat or double jump yet. I can get back up this way, but I want to go check out another room over here in the main... Oh, sorry, excuse me. I swallowed funky. In the main corridor that I came from initially, right, before I went sideways and started exploring all this stuff. There's another couple little rooms, well, I need to go in, and a boss that I need to deal with. Before I go down there, just in case, I'm here, so I may as well do it. I won't be able to get back to it easily unless I get lucky on one of those 2 relic drops, so we're going to go ahead and just check that out real fast. And with luck, we're actually going to get something good that's going to make our life a lot easier. Yeah. Hey, but you know, you will have your cat. And I know that maybe Thunder will live up to his name sometimes, but Thunder can also be quite nice. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't think I can get... Can I get in there? No. Shucks. I can't yet. Okay, so there's a boss over there, but I can't get to her right now. Oh, well. There's another boss down here, so I guess we're just going that way. There's also a secret here, which is one of those secrets that's actually necessary. Like, this is actually a place you need to go in the normal playthrough. And that looks like a relic right below me. Okay, so I'm going to take damage going into the water because I don't have the relic to protect me from it yet. Let's see here. Where's my... Oh, do I not have... Huh. Well, I thought that I'd had just a normal potion, but I guess I only have an elixir. Well, elixir's better anyways. It's not like I have to worry about running out. Oh, look at that! That's the item that prevents me from taking damage in the water. So, good on us. That was convenient. I'm still not going to be able to go too far here. There's a door that you have to have the Riverman summoned in order to get through. And I don't have the relic to call the Riverman. Otherwise, when I walked into this room, he would have been there waiting with his little boat. So we're just going to go over here and check this because... Ah, Luminous. Total crap. Alright. Nothing too great. Back whence we came. I'm gonna go kill a boss. Feel better about the world. did you? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot the Asafune actually has 2 different specials, which is really cool. Hey, look, another Buffalo Star. Too bad I don't need it. And another Platinum Mail. Too bad I don't need it and I already got it. So yeah, if you do back towards, you get that, right? If you do fireball towards, then you get that. So it's one of the rare weapons that actually has 2 specials, which is really cool. And that second one is going to be fun here. Goodbye. We don't need to fight that. Oh, bummer. Normal playthrough, the Crystal Cloak is here, which is actually the cloak I started with at the very beginning that Death stole. This playthrough. It's kind of cool. It's not very good as far as cloaks go. It's one of the weaker ones in the game. But it is kind of a cool purple, and it's translucent to the point of almost being transparent. It's got a really neat see-through, and it leaves... You know, Alucard has kind of after images going on anyways, so when you have that crazy translucent cloak, it looks really wild. It's very visually interesting. It's just not very good in terms of stats. So here's where we were before, and I was like, I'm not going down there quite yet. Oh, look at that. There's a bat relic down there. And of course, that's not Form a Bat. I think that's like Force of Echo or Fire a Bat, maybe even. Regardless, it's totally worthless to me because I don't have Form of Bat yet. But that doesn't mean that we're going to leave it there. We're going to go grab that. We will get Form of Bat eventually. Now, see right there, they actually, interestingly enough, they do fire damage. And since I'm wearing the Ruby Circlet, they heal me. So, that's kind of fun. Oh, it is Solar Bat. Oh, I'm wrong. Okay. For some reason, I thought that Solar Bat was colored blue, but nope. Okay, sweet. So we can turn into a bat now, finally. Good grief. That, now we can get most places. We still need that mist, though. There are definitely a couple of places you can only get to if you have mist, and that's pretty important. Now, granted, we could get into those places once we get it and find out that, in fact, there's nothing that we need there. But I'm assuming that probably we're going to need it, right? Oh, there's that Takamitsu I was talking about earlier that's a really, really, really bad sword. Say, like a bamboo training sword, so... Ooh, did I just... No, 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 no. Aha, cool. Check this out. So this is a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reference. The stone mask is actually a reference to the stone mask from the first season of JoJo. That Dielbrandi has. Crazy vampire mask. Missed. Nice. I'd try to follow up, but I gotta tell you, my brain's a little foggy. I got a frog in my throat. So that right there, that opens up the ability for us to get into the catacombs, where we will be going shortly. But before we go to the catacombs, we need to explore the rest of the underground caverns here. And at this point, we should be filling in the rest of the gaps very fast, because there's not much of the greater castle here, this first castle that we can get to, before we have Form of Mist. And we haven't gotten it yet, right? So we should be getting it probably pretty quickly, either down here where I'm going now, or in the catacombs. Now granted though, it is possible that we will not be getting it until we go back up to the castle keep, right under, you know, Dracula's throne room, where Richter is waiting for us, because there are several places up there where there are several items that we couldn't get to before without bat or double jump. So it's possible that it's going to be there. I hope not. While I'm here, I'm going to go back to that one room that I couldn't quite get to, the very, very, very beginning, the very first room. And with luck, there'll be something really good there for us. Like, I don't know, maybe Form of Mist or the Leapstone. Here's hoping. Maybe we'll get lucky, right? Fingers and toes crossed. Oh, hey, buddy. Good night. Oh, tough guy, huh? Well, I did kill his owl. I do feel bad. Oh, yay. It's a garnet. So happy. So happy about that. Who from Conan? Or, wait, or do you mean Conan O'Brien? You talking Conan or Conan here? Sasha. What, was Andy Richter popping out of somewhere? Oh, okay, yeah. What about Conan? I missed it. Alright, so sadly we struck out on that one. But that's okay. We kind of, you know, I was assuming that there wasn't going to be anything great there. I just hoped. Oh, right. Richter, yeah. Sorry, Richter Belmont, not Andy Richter. Well, there's also a little bit of a delay on the stream from when I talk, so sometimes it's hard to know what you're referencing if you just throw something out. Slow clap.
I'll take you to a place which might be interesting for you.
Real talk, though, Andy Richter is amazing. As much as I love Richter Belmont, if I had to pick between the two, I'm going to go with Andy. Gosh darn it. And of course, I get the one familiar that I really just don't care about at all. But at least we have a familiar now. Not gonna take the boat back. Oh, wow, that fish hurt. Killer fish indeed. Heavens to Beatrice. That's what I get for running around with a duplicator on. But there are some items hanging out down here, so want to check. Wow, even bats hurt me quite a bit with 0 defense. Poor Alucard. He's made of rice paper right now. Alright. To the catacombs we go. We get to fight one of the most disturbing bosses in the game. Is that a felt cap? Yep. Speaking of worthless items. But it will keep my ears warm. So, I guess there is that. Gets pretty cold down here in the castle sometimes. Can I... No, that's not going to work. No, and I'm stuck now. Oh, drat. That's okay, we don't need that. We do want some dim sum. Oh, Chinese buns. Mmm. Delicious. Could go for some of those right now. And some steamed meaty buns. Oh, I don't have fire red. Right, what am I doing? There's your nice Donkey Kong skeleton. We're gonna need him. He's gonna help us out. Oh wow, frogs drop bat pentagrams this playthrough. That's pretty funny. It's a really powerful item to get dropped by these stupid enemies. Alright, so we gotta lure old Kong over here. We require his flaming barrel. There we go. Tally ho. So sadly, there's really not a lot going on in the abandoned mine. There is a secret here, but we don't have the demon or the nose devil yet, so we can't open it. We might get it while we're in here, but again, knowing my luck, probably not. It's another one of those really kind of bizarre and obnoxious secrets in this game. The reason for that is that even if you can only open it if you have the right familiar, and he has to open it for you. Even if you have it, so it's right here, right? There's that switch. And if you have the devil or the nose demon, or demon or nose devil, I think are actually what they're called. There's two different ones. In the SotN version, they added two familiars, which are really just reskins. So, in the normal one, you've got the fairy, and you've got the demon. Then, in the SotN version, Nocturne in the Moonlight, they also added the nose devil and the pixie. Right now, I have the pixie out, which is just a reskin of the fairy. I think the fairy's got a blue outfit, and I think that's really the only difference. They're functionally exactly the same. Same with the nose devil and the demon. The demon looks like kind of a classical little demon guy. The nose devil, though, looks like the demon, but with Mario's head. Very strange. I think that he's actually got like a kind of a humanoid face with a big nose, and he's wearing like a helmet that has like a strap that goes under his nose, but it makes it look like he has a mustache. So he really looks like Mario. It's pretty funny. Here's our... So I'm actually going to take a quick detour, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the castle keep real fast, because there's a couple of rooms that have a ton... Well, there's one room that has a ton of items in it, and there is also a little kind of a nook underneath the Richter. Yeah, Mario is the devil. You're not wrong, especially in the original game. But yeah, up here there's some stuff that I can get, and with luck there's going to be something good. in the normal playthrough, the ghost familiar is actually in this room, along with a few items. Who knows what'll be here in this one. So right, he'd be up there. Oh, bat card. Okay, well that's a better familiar. We're gonna rock that sucker. The bat is actually pretty cool. I like him. The higher leveled he gets, when you turn into a bat, he's got a crush on you. And I think every 25 levels he gets, or every 20 levels or something like that, you get another bat. So eventually you'll have 4 bats with you when you're a bat. Like the second you turn into a bat, they all come flying in. When you're running around normally, you only have the one when you're just Alucard. But when you're flying around as a bat, they come and help you out, which is kind of cool. And once you get Flame of Bat, where you can breathe fire as the bat, they also breathe fire when you do. So that's also pretty cool. Let's see here. We are going to put on a bomb, a full screen explosion. Oh, bat pentagram, that's fitting. Because these guys are annoying. Oops, I did not mean to use a stopwatch, but well, that's okay. That works. That was satisfying. Alright, here we go. Fire a bat, speaking of. So yeah, now we can shoot fireballs when we're a bat, which is nice. There's my Osafune. Alright. So, we did get a relic. It just turned out to be one of the least important ones. Oh, and we did get the bat familiar, which was also nice. So we have that going for us. Not what we were hoping for, but it's something. And at least now we know. Because, for example, if I'd gotten, like, gee, I don't know, the Spike Breaker armor or Echo, a bat, that would have made my life considerably easier. Or, you know, Form of Mist. All of those things would have made my life a lot easier once I go to the catacombs here where I'm about to go. Because now, unfortunately, what's gonna... Oh, shoot, actually. I'm glad that I said that. I should actually go to Ulrox's chamber while I'm doing this, too. Because there's also stuff there, and there's a boss there. I wasn't thinking about that. So if we can do that, that's going to be great. Because if we can get one of those, then we don't have to worry about coming back to the catacombs. The catacombs is really far out of the way. So if we can avoid going back to it, we want to, right? So now we can go up here, and we can get some more items, check a few more rooms, and we can kill Ulrox, who typically is, you need to go here and kill him in order to get the Echo of Bat, which gives you echolocation, which is going to allow you to get through this dark spike room. Normally, you go through that dark spike room, and then you get the Spike Breaker armor, which when you're equipping it allows you to just walk through and break spikes, like these right here. And the ones that are in that room you use Echo to go through. But if I could get the Spike Breaker before then, I won't even need Echo at all, which would be wonderful. Because navigating that room even with Echo is annoying, and if you slip up and goof and hit the spikes, it's really easy to get juggled to death because they do a ton of damage and they knock you around. And the whole room is lined with them, floor and ceiling. So being able to totally avoid that is cool. Here's hoping we actually get the Spike Breaker armor. So here's Ulrox. He's one of the cooler bosses in the game. He's also the only non-Dracula vampire in the game, which is kind of neat. A lot of Castlevania games don't actually have other vampires in them. I mean, there's a few that do, of course, but a lot of the times, you know, it's just Drax. So he's also cool because, like Dracula, he has at least a second form, which is also kind of neat, and he's got one of the best deaths ever. Well, Toodle Pip. What in the heck? There's got to be something weird going on here. Well, at least I haven't had any more of that. I was having a weird thing happen early. Oh, man, nothing at all. So this is where Echo of Bat would be. Nothing. Just nothing. Because this game loves me. Thanks, Olrox. I appreciate you. Gosh darn it. It's okay. We've still got a few more rooms to check in this area before we leave. This is also the area where in the normal playthrough, the most powerful familiar is. The sword familiar is in a secret down here. Now, granted, it's almost certainly not going to be there. In fact, it'll probably be nothing, right? That's been the trend. I'm like, oh, there's a really good thing that's here in a normal playthrough, and then we go in the room and it's just empty. We'll see. Here are those obnoxious horse riders. Yeah, see, they do a lot of damage. Granted, I've got... Whoops. Woo! I've got no defense, but still. Ouch. That's one of the harder hits I've taken, right? And what level am I? 25. So I'm not very high leveled, but I'm not low leveled either, right? I'm right about where you would be, unless you were going out of your way to level, which in this game there's no reason to, for the most part. Okay, well that's actually an important relic. That I need those to be able to beat Richter, right? Without killing him. If you kill Richter, then you get the bad ending, and you don't get to progress. If you use the Holy Glasses, you actually get to break the spell that's controlling him. So I could go to Richter right now and go to the Inverted Castle. But instead of that, we're going to go back. Actually, I think this is going to be... This might be faster. I think I can actually navigate this. Well... Nah, this is faster. They're close, but I think this is actually a little bit faster to get back to the teleporter. We're going back to the catacombs now. We've checked everything out. But hey, the Holy Glasses are huge. That's really important in order to progress. So it was definitely worth our time. And now we never have to come back to Olrox's chamber again. At least not in this castle, right? So good. I really sure would love to get the leap stone though, so I can repeatedly gravity jump. That'd be nice. It'll probably wind up being like the very last relic, or one of the very last relics I get. Have a good night, Sasha. It's good to see you, man. I hope things get better and you're able to get some rest. And thanks again for popping in. So now back to our quest to hunt down a gigantic ball of corpses and destroy it. Because it's gross. Get my life on from that ruby circlet. Thanks for the free heals. Greatly appreciated. That ruby circlet, really great. You get a lot of mileage out of that thing. So many enemies have fire attacks in this game. Alright, catacombs. Here's hoping that all of our dreams come true down here in the depths of the dead. There are a ton of locations in this area that we can get. Ooh, Dark Shield. That's my favorite shield in the game. There's a ton of equipment potential down here. So, with luck, we're going to get either Form of Mist or the Leap Stone. Preferably both. But really, more than that, what I would like is to get the Spikebreaker armor before I get to that dark room. Right? Barring that, then Echo, because I really don't want to have to come back here. And even if I still had the path through the dark room memorized, which I definitely do not anymore, I still wouldn't want to do it, because again, you screw up at all, and it's really, really easy to just get juggled to death by the spikes. And that just doesn't sound like a lot of fun to me right now. I think that I would just, rather not do that. So, with luck, that's not going to be a concern, and we're going to get what we need before we get there, right? That's my hope. Oh, I just got another Alucard mail. That's hilarious. What is more interesting, though, is I got the Lapis Lazuli, which drastically enhances your luck. It gives you 30 luck. So, since I'm not using any consumables right now, I'm going to give myself the benefit of the doubt and assume that I won't be dumb and forget to re-equip the duplicator and burn some items. And we're going to throw that on to help us maybe get lucky and find something cool from some enemies. Oop. There's also some cool, unique enemies like that big horsey guy that summons lightning and fire that you don't see anywhere else. That's another thing I love about this game so much, is that there's just such great enemy variety, and there are a whole bunch of enemies that are just like, they're just one room, just like this guy. Only time you ever see him. Normal playthrough, he drops the Chakram, which was actually my starting weapon in this playthrough, the Death Stole. Which is really fun. It's one of the few, non-consumable, equipable weapons that is flying. And it's actually, Chakram is 2. So you can have 2 of them out at once. So you're just like running around throwing them everywhere. And I always thought it was really fun to get 2 of them, so you can have one equipped on each attack button. And then you can just run forward, just tapping both buttons, and you just have a constant swinging circle of death flying around you, which is pretty awesome. It's one of the few weapons that I would farm intentionally just for fun. Like the Heaven Sword I was talking about earlier. It doesn't have a special like the Heaven Sword where you want to have 2 of them for that reason. It's just you can have 4 of them out at once if you have 2, so you can get pretty crazy with it. Oop. Stupid plant. Who puts a plant there, honestly? Diamond plate, again, pretty darn good armor, but completely pales in comparison to all of the armors that we already have, since we have, like, the 3 best... Okay, we have 3 of the 4 best armors in the game. We don't have the walk armor yet, but the walk armor isn't good until pretty late because it's based on how many rooms you've explored. So it takes it a long time to surpass the God Garb and the Alucard Mail, which we have both of already. Here he is. So the actual name of this enemy in the Japanese is supposed to be Legion, right? From biblical Legion, Demon of the Wilderness, right? We are Legion, for we are many. However, in the American version, they translated it to a literary reference, the Grand Falloon, which comes from the book The Confederacy of Dunces. There's a little quote at the beginning, and I think it goes, "If you remove the skin of the Grand Falloon, you find the contents of a hot air balloon." And the Grand Falloon in that book is... whoops, didn't mean to do that. It's basically, it's like this council, and the whole idea is that they're just full of shit. They don't know anything. They're kind of meaningless and pointless, right? They're full of hot air. There's nothing in there, nothing of value. So this is kind of a little interesting thing, little difference. In every other version of Castlevania that this boss appears, it's properly called Legion. So, you know what? Let's just be really cheap here. And we're just going to blow this guy up because we can. And it's funny. Ooh, wow, that laser hurts. But not as much as that does. Haha. So yeah, my young self, when this game first came out and I first played it, you know, I was just like, whoa! I mean, look at this room. That's a lot of death. It's pretty crazy in here. The background art is also really amazing. Definitely pretty gross and disturbing thinking about there just being a giant ball of corpses. Which I was really happy they put Legion in the Netflix show. That was pretty wicked. Didn't expect that. Alright, we got the Ghost. I really like the Ghost Familiar, but he is really not good. And he's definitely not... He's not useful, unfortunately, right? Because, again, right now, the only familiar that we actually need is the Devil / or the Demon / Nose Devil. Unfortunately, didn't get it. So, as cool as Ghosty Boy can be, he's not going to help us out at all here, which is too bad. I'm striking out. I'm really like, oh man, we are totally not going to get either Echo of Bat or the Spike Breaker before I get to this stupid room, are we? It's looking like probably not. We're quickly running out of places that we could find those before we get to that dark room. Which means that unfortunately we probably will have to return here at some point. Maybe not. We could get lucky, and it could turn out that we get, you know, everything that we need. We already have the Holy Goggles. You know, normally you have to get the silver and the gold ring in order to get into that room in the clock tower, or the clock room, I mean, where you would meet Maria the first time. But, yeah. We don't need to worry about that, since the Holy Goggles are acquired. Again, at any point in time, we can go and break the spell on Richter and go to the Inverted Castle. So, on the upside, we don't have to worry about that. If we run out of options in this castle, we can just move on. And it looks like that might be exactly what we're going to do. Since we got the power of Bat, form of Bat, we actually can, there's one more place that we can go, which is in that same clock room. We can go up, right? We didn't have double jump, so we couldn't gravity jump all the way up there. Yeah, so here's the dark room. I'm not doing that. So what we're going to do instead is use a library card and get the heck out of Dodge. We're going to book it out of the library, and we're going to go to the clock room real quick, and we're going to go up, and we're going to check it out and see if there's an important relic there, and then we're going to go right for Victor. So what we need to remember, if we get to the second castle and if we still can't get all the pieces of Dracula, because we still have to get, I think, what? Do we have 2 or 3? We have the heart and the ring. Okay, so we still need 3 pieces of Vlad. So if it turns out we don't get them all, then we can always come back and we can go into the dark room. And then, so there's 3 places that we need to go, right? There's the dark room. There is the clock room where normally you get the Holy Goggles for Maria. There's also, oh wait, no, there's 4 places. I'm sorry, excuse me. There's the boss in the underground caverns we couldn't get to, the succubus, which is normally where you'd get the, I think, gold ring. And then there's the room that you need the Spikebreaker armor for and Form of Mist to get to, where you'd meet Maria and you get the silver ring. And I might have the rings crossed, it might be gold and silver reversed. In any event, those 2 rings you'd get there. So those are our 4. Okay, right, I take that back, 5. There's one in the library too, right here. We need Form of Mist. After the Lesser Demon, there's a mist door that you can go through. We still don't have Form of Mist, so we can't get in there yet. We can't get into that Spikebreaker room with Maria. We can't get through the dark room. And we can't get into the bottom of the clock room. So we still have, you know, a decent number of places here in this castle that we can explore and could have really important things for us, right? But unfortunately, we're not going to know for a minute. So we're beelining for the clock. We still, this is something that happens a lot in the randomizer that just cracks me up. We still don't have the Cube of Zoe. So, candles, you know, candles, torches at all, they don't drop anything for us. And I've had several randomizer runs where I've had one run where I actually never got it, because I just got really lucky and I didn't need to go into those side rooms with the stopwatch in the clock room. And I was able to beat it without it, so I was never able to get drops from candles or anything, which is kind of funny. I think that only happened one time. There was another time it actually turned out that I needed it, and it was one of the very last relics that I got, and then it opened up, it opened up a path for me where I went into the clock room and opened the side door with the stopwatch and wound up getting the last relic that I needed, which was a piece of Dracula. So we're going to go down here real quick and kill the succubus, so we don't have to come back to this. She's the last thing to do. Oh, nope. Sorry, I take that back. I keep remembering. Okay, so actually I'm wrong. There's also we don't have the ability to summon the boatman yet either, right? So there's that one secret room down here at the very bottom that we also weren't able to get into. So yeah, there's still several places in this castle that we might need to come back to later. I'm hoping not, but considering there's like 6 of them, we probably will, unfortunately. But on the upside, we have plenty of library cards, and we also have the duplicator. So at least we can get back to this castle quickly. The only unfortunate thing is you can get to the normal castle from the inverted castle very fast with the library card. You can't get back to the inverted castle quickly, though. You have to go back to the throne room and to the little tower beyond it to warp back to the inverted castle, and then you start right there in the keep. And it's like, oh man. So it is always a little bit of a pain when you wind up having to kind of jump back and forth between the two at the end due to bad luck with relics. Hopefully we will not have terrible luck with relics, right? We'll see. We'll see how that goes. And we might get lucky here. The succubus might actually give us something good. Here's some of the absolute best voice acting in video game history, so we're definitely going to let this cutscene play out.
Mother!
That voice! Alucard, it's you!
I'm coming, Mother! I'll save you!
No, Alucard! Don't come here!
But, Mother!
It's all right. If my death can save others, I'd gladly surrender my life.
Mother, no! Please, no!
Yes, Alucard. Watch me die, and remember always my last words to you.
Yes, Mother.
You must despise humans. They are to be your prey.
What?
Better for them to die than to let them compound their sins. Begin by slaying that one over there.
No, it wasn't like this.
What's wrong? Alucard.
My mother never said such a thing.
What do you mean? Kill them and bring them happiness.
No, you're not my mother. What kind of demon are you?
You broke free of my spell. I like that.
Demon, death is too good for you.
Come here, little boy, and show me what you got. Darkling, I smell your blood. You're a vampire? Could it be? That strength, that beauty. You're the son of Lord Dracula.
Death in the dream world will set your soul wandering for eternity, demon.
Wait, I beg of you.
Oh boy, she enjoyed that too much. Lisa to Alec. Oh, yeah, you're not wrong, Olga. Oh, and we get nothing. We get nothing but laughter. But you know, laughter goes a long way. So thanks for that. Darkling, I smell your blood. You're a vampire? God, give me a break. Like, where do they find these voice actors? Obviously, one take was enough. There's a really great interview out there. I know, it's so bad. I always laugh too. I can't help it. But there is a really funny interview out there somewhere where they have the makers of this game, and they're asking them about the Western translation, and they're basically like, we had no idea. Like, it was out of our control. We didn't know. We had no idea it was so bad until we started hearing all this stuff, you know. And it's kind of a shame because, you know, this not only is this game completely amazing and very beloved by pretty much everyone that knows it, but part of its charm for Western audiences is just how incredibly terrible the voice acting is. And, you know, in later, they've re-released it in a couple of different fashions since, and they changed all of the dialogue and the voice acting, and it's just, I mean, it's objectively better in terms of quality, and like accuracy. But boy howdy, is it nowhere near as interesting or fun. So I always thought that was a real bummer, you know. Like, no. It ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, so here's the last place that we're checking, unless, of course, we get something to open some. Okay, so there's the gold ring. That's one of the two we need to open this door down here in the clock room. I think that's the one that you normally get from the succubus. And nothing else of interest. So, alright. Onward to the second castle. It's time to save Richter. And we're just going to hang out here for a second while we wait for this door to open. Again, this leads to Ulrox's chamber, which is pretty quick. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely... This is... It's the best. Again, I do adore Nocturne in the Moonlight, just because, you know, you can just play as Richter and Maria. I think just from the get-go you can select them. But you can actually play as Maria, which you can't in this one. You can play as Richter, of course. And then, again, it has a couple of extra areas that they added, but they're not good. I mean, they're not complete even. Like, they don't have bosses. They're real small, and they just kind of wrap around back into another part of the castle. But they're, you know, there's something more. It's just more content. So there's something to be said for it. But you know, it's in Japanese. I don't think it was released here, but I have the Japanese version of it, so. Everything's in Japanese when I play it. Which luckily, you know, I already know the game really well, and I know what all the items are by looking at them, so I don't need the English because I don't speak Japanese. Lionhead. Alright. Here we go. It is time. I absolutely adore the dialogue with Evil Richter. I'm going to save here because I have killed Richter before by accident. It would be really annoying if I did that right now and hadn't saved right here. So let's make sure we do that first. Oh. Well, that was perfectly still timed. Alright, so we need... holy glasses, and just to be safe, let's put on a real crappy... Yeah, there we go. That'll work. Oh, and... just because Richter hits really hard and is annoying, let's actually put on a little bit of defense. Now, okay, so now we're stacked. Now we have like in-game levels of defense, so he's not really going to be able to hurt us very much. Yeah, it sounds good. I should probably end the stream after this anyways.
So it is you. But why is a Belmont planning the resurrection of Count Dracula? Count Dracula rises but once every century, and my role is over. If I can resurrect him, then the battle will last for eternity. If those are your true feelings, then so be it.
That's fine. This can be annoying too when you don't have, I don't have double jump. I gotta hit this orb, I think 8 times. It doesn't have HP, so it doesn't matter what weapon I use on it. I just have to hit it, right? And Richter really likes stopping me from doing that.
You've defeated me, but all is not yet lost. The resurrection of Count Dracula is at hand.
I just love that so much when you first walk in and Richter's just like, I've been waiting for you. Holy crap, when I first played this game, you know, it took me a minute to find out about this secret, that there's a whole second half of the game. Talk about mind blown. Good grief. I already adored this game and had played through it several times, not knowing. Yeah, hey, watch your mouth.
No. What have I done?
Thank you, Alucard, for saving Richter.
Alucard? The same Alucard who fought alongside my ancestor, Trevor Belmont? That was over 300 years ago.
I
No
can
time
dig it.
for small talk. Is the person who controlled you in that castle over there? Yes.
Now
I think
Richter's
so.
mind is blown.
Maria, take Richter and leave here. I'll finish this.
All right. Good luck.
Yeah, so there we go. There's the first half of the game. Now, the inverted castle in a normal playthrough, the difficulty spikes quite a bit. And again, it's not a hard game, right? But, I mean, enemy levels are just, everything here does so much more damage, like right off the bat when you first get here. And it's a real spike. So especially when you're playing the game the first time and you don't know what's going on when you first get here, it's pretty shocking. You know, you have to be a little careful. Some of these enemies have potential to kill you very, very quickly if you're not paying attention. There's also a lot more traps, like spikes and little floor traps and stuff in the inverted castle that do a lot of damage. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, what a crazy thing to do, to have a secret like that. Because again, you know, in a normal playthrough, you have to go to several different areas to get several different items in order to open, like several key items to open doors, to get more key items to open doors, and then have to use them. And then, you know, okay, well, I gotta use these goggles and I gotta break the orb and not kill Richter. Oh, there's wolf form, finally. Alright, well, thanks a lot. It was really great having you here. And yeah, I'm just gonna grab this stuff real quick and go to the save point and probably call it for the evening, and we'll finish this playthrough next time. And the second part of it should be pretty quick, because we do already have, you know, 2 out of the 5 pieces of Dracula, and we have most of the mobility things. We still don't have Mist, which is funny. And we still don't have double jump, but we should probably be coming across that pretty quick. So everything's going to open up for us quite a bit, I would think. And, you know, once you know what you're doing, and especially because we are so powerful already, way more so than we normally would be, this part should go real quick. So try to get some good rest. Oh. There's a big skull boy over here. There he is. Bring it, Skeletor. Oh, he doesn't want any of this. He's being shy. Oh good, more worthless money that we don't need at all. Oh, thank goodness I have Fire of Bat, because without double jump, breaking this would be annoying. But there was only spaghetti in there anyways, so I guess it's not really too much of a loss regardless. Now I'm going to check this room real quick, because I'll forget later probably if I don't. One more for fun. What do you got for me, Darkwing? Oh. Well, that's not conducive to killing bats. He doesn't care about the stopwatch at all. Unlike Castlevania 1, where that actually works. In a normal playthrough, he would be holding one of the relics. One of the 5 pieces of Dracula. I'd mentioned this in the Castlevania 2 stream that I did, but it's kind of cool that they did this. Little, kind of a double Easter egg is the 5 pieces of Vlad that you have to acquire in this game to get to the final boss are the same as they are in Castlevania 2. And then the second part of the Easter egg is that all of the bosses that hold the 5 pieces are the bosses in the original Castlevania. So you've got the Big Bat, and you've got Medusa, and you've got Akmodin, the mummy, you've got Death, of course, and then you've got the monster, Frankenstein's monster, the creature, as they call him in this one. Yeah, so that's pretty cool that they did that. It's a nice little tribute to Castlevania 1 and 2. Kind of just stuck in there. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to call it there for the night. And we will come back to this and finish it up. The rest of it should probably go pretty fast. So, really great. It's fun. Glad you all popped in. Thanks a lot. And, yeah, we'll be picking this up again soon. Alright, love and peace all.